Good Tuesday to you, everybody. Incom/gov 664. Welcome to week boom 5. How's everybody doing? Yeah, let's get things off on the right foot. Much better. I am already sufficiently caffeinated, so full disclosure, this is decaf because it's like 12:45 in the afternoon, and if I were still, well, if I didn't get enough caffeine by now, okay. Enough about my strange metabolism. Let's talk about you. All right, this is week 5, which means that in terms of work, we actually only have 2 weeks left because we don't have anything during week 8. So, excuse me. Looking forward to that. A couple of housekeeping notes, that is things that you need to be aware of. All right. Remember what I said about film reviews, etc. It's okay if you work forward. It's not good that you're just going to assume that you're going to work backwards. Don't make that assumption. In other words, I'll just turn everything in when I get around to it. There are those of you that have extenuating. That's what I want. Circumstances, and you've reached out to me and you said, hey, can I do this at this time instead? And then I say, okay, let's take a look. All right. So if you are one of those, please make sure to stay in contact with me. So for example, your second movie review was due yesterday. And, so we can get all of them in. We accelerate a little bit. Your third movie review will be due this next week. That is the 11th. And then almost boom, right on its heels, your fourth movie review will be due during the week of the 18th and the 24th. That is week 7. Okay, so make sure that you're attentive to that. I hope you're enjoying the films, the ones that you're picking. If you've seen them before, that's fine. Watch them again. Films as works of art are like works of art. If it's a good work of art, you don't simply look at it once and go, oh yeah, been there, done that, and then away you go. No, you keep coming back to it. Like for example, this little piece here. This is what is this? This is a screech owl. This is a card of a watercolor painted by Mary Alcott for her then sick sister Louise May Alcott, of the Little Women fame, devotee of Emerson. Right, I was at her childhood and then her adolescent / early adulthood home, where she wrote most of her work. When was it? October 2023. Okay, so this was a picture of an owl that her sister painted for her while she was convalescing. Is there anything, earth-shattering and universe-changing about a painting of a screech owl? Not really, but I think it's quite well executed. And getting to see the original there by the mantelpiece was nice. And so I keep it taped here near my desk, and I look at it frequently. Same thing with movies or songs. And if it's good art, it doesn't have to be, fabulous art. If it's good art, yeah, watch it again. So whether you've not seen them before, or what's going on with my sweatshirt here, or get the Regent merch going on here, or you've seen it before and you want to watch it again, great. Be sure, though, in your review to reference the major themes that are being played out in the film that we are also covering in the text. Okay, that's part of the exercises to tie the one to the other. All right. Again, a couple of housekeeping things next. Your final exam will be during the 8 week, that is June 24th to June 9th. It is not yet posted. Some of you asked me and said, where's the exam? And it's like, well, you don't see it because I haven't turned it on yet. All right. I'll have it up probably, up. It'll be there. You won't be able to open it and see it until the week when it's available. All right. Which will be June 24th and then it's going to close on the 27th. Okay, 300 points. It'll be a combination, many essay questions. How do you prepare? A combination of point values is what I want to say. How do you prepare? Make sure that you go back through the discussion questions, and even if you didn't, be able to answer all of them, or at least know something about them. So, because look, you've read through all the texts, right? Right? So if you're asked something about the text, like in the 6 or 7 questions that are in the discussion sections week by week, you could look at any one of those and go, yeah, okay, I remember that, but I prefer to answer this. That's okay. For the exam, I'm taking the questions directly from the readings. Right now, when I was first designing the class and I published the syllabus, there were a couple of you that contacted me and said, exam, I haven't taken an exam since way back in the way back. I usually write papers. I get that. One of the skills as scholars that we need to be attentive to keep sharp is our ability to recall information without the assistance of things like Google. I'm not saying that as a research tool that's a bad thing. There are some commentators who, and we have all these labels, boomers and millennials and Gen Z and, X, Y, Z. There are communication scholars that are now, Cheryl Turkle being one of them, who are speculating that this upcoming generation is a generation more than previous generations that knows less about more than previous generations. That doesn't mean they're dumb. What that means is those skills of memorization and recall have atrophied because of the reliance on search tools. Okay? We don't want that. As scholars, it's part of our job to be those instruments of recollection and recall. So I want you to be able to have read through the questions and have in your mind some sort of an answer for them. All right. So that's how the exam is designed. It'll have, 50 questions. You'll have a couple of hours to do it. Easy peasy. I want to emphasize this is a closed book, closed note, closed internet exam. Also, when you, before you begin the exam, so go to, your Canvas, the class, open it up, and then close every other tab on your browser. Have only the tab open that contains the exam, and do not, under any circumstances, open any other tabs. Okay, so closed book, closed note, no internet, no other tabs. And if you don't follow these instructions, the potential penalty is a 0 for the exam or a dramatically diminished score. And, we don't want that. Okay. All right, everybody. That takes care of the housekeeping stuff. This week, week 5, what are we up to? Interesting. It's apropos that we're in this week in the current state of affairs. We're going to be taking a look at how media influences public policy and public opinion. The classic question about the influence of policy and opinion is which pushes which? Is it that the media seeks to influence public opinion, which then puts pressure on representatives, which then change policy, or the media, by being the mouthpiece for members in government, remember back to entrepreneurial influencers, amplifies their message. It doesn't matter where you're at on the political spectrum, and this moves public opinion. Okay, so for instance, you're going to get questions like, there's a I mean, this cycle, this phenomenon of the one influencing the other is and when I say the question is one or the other, it doesn't mean like, oh, we don't know if it happens. It most certainly does. The question is, in which direction does it happen? And the phenomenon is so well known and studied, it's even been given a name called the CNN effect. One of the things, if you pay attention to how our government works, one of the things that you will notice is legislators, and the further they get from the constituency. So this is most pronounced at the federal level. Legislators tend to follow, not lead, and so they'll watch for public opinion and public fervor, and then they'll say, we have to do something about whatever the thing is. Okay, so the question is the media, does it design, does it intend, not could it happen, is it on purpose working on public opinion in order to enact public policy that the members of that particular media are ideologically aligned with, want to see happen? Okay, that's what we're going to be looking at. Now, I said to you in the video last week that I would put a little bonus question in there, given the New York State trial and conviction of former President Donald Trump, and I did. So this is question 7. Don't pick this question among the 3 that you pick. You pick 3, and then you pick this question. All right, if you want to, you're under no obligation to answer it. So for week 5, you could potentially answer 4 instead of 3 questions. All right, and the bonus question is answer this question and respond to 3 of your classmates for a possible 10 extra points. Big money. All right, in your supported opinion, that is the key operational phrase, supported opinion. Did the media influence the outcome of the New York State trial and conviction of former President Donald Trump? You take whatever side of this question you believe the evidence supports. Now, make sure that you support your response, your position, with a link to an article or a media clip. It could be one or the other. I've given you a clip as a starting point, and I want to caution you about this clip. This is a commentary by the left-leaning infotainer Jon Stewart about the involvement of media in the political process, and specifically, using the Trump case as the backdrop, but there's sort of a larger conversation. I'm not endorsing Jon Stewart. I will tell you that, this is YouTube, so a lot of it's bleeped out. Jon Stewart likes to use naughty language, so there's some profanity in here, or there's some sexual allusions. That's Jon Stewart. Again, I'm not endorsing any of this, okay? But I want you, if you choose to watch this clip, you don't have to, but if you do, what I want you to pay attention to is to 2 things. The points that this commentator makes, but perhaps more importantly, the stylistic infotainment methodology that he employs. Watch and listen carefully. Is this, you could use this clip to say, yeah, absolutely, the media is influencing this case because look at the bias. Here's this clip. Or no, the media is not influencing this case because look at the call for transparency and the independence of the judiciary system. Look at this clip. It's an interesting piece because you'll find elements on both sides of the spectrum by watching this. You're not required to watch this to answer the question. Okay, it's just there, if you like, as a starting point. All right. So, but remember, from the 6, choose 3, and then if you want, take the bonus question. Okay. All right, everybody. I hope your semester continues to progress well. I'm going to be doing a little traveling this coming week, but all of the modules and everything are up. I'll continue to grade your papers, that is your film reviews, with no interruptions and everything. So good. All right, and so what that means by way of availability is I will not have office hours during the this coming week. All right, the 10th of June. because today's the 4th. Okay. Okay, everybody. And if you have a question, shoot me an email. Oh, and please, if you do email, use the email that we get through Canvas. Okay. It just helps me keep everything on track. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a terrific week. Remember that I think about you. I pray about you. Take care. God bless. And I will see you on Canvas. Bye-bye.